Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Travel Counsellors. Just like to introduce ourselves. My name is Jane Marler, and I'm one of the liaison officers here at Travel Counsellors in Venus head office. And also, this is Darren BN, who again is also a liaison officer as well. So thank you for joining us today and listening to our live show. And what I'd like to say is that Travel Counsellors has been around now for 25 years, and we tend to get the same questions over and over again of people who are considering joining and becoming a travel counsellor. So what we've done today is we've asked two of the travel counsellors to come in and do a little bit of myth busting around some of the key and probably and most frequently asked questions that we get when people are joining the business. So I would like to introduce, we've got Claire, and Claire will tell you a little bit about her background prior to Travel Counsellors shortly, and we've also got Leanne as well. So welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Okay, so would you like to start, each one of you, by telling us a little bit about why you joined Travel Counsellors, but also what your background is, where you've come from as well. So Claire, shall we start with you?
Yeah, you can do. So I've got 25 years in total in the industry. I started originally with a high street agency and then moved through independence, and my last post was in a retail agency as well, before coming over to Travel Counsellors to start my own business.
Brilliant. And how long have you been with us now?
It was 2 years on the 5th of December.
Oh, brilliant, 2 years.
Yeah.
No looking back?
Nope, none.
Brilliant, I can tell with that big smile on your face. And Leanne, welcome. So tell us a bit about your background.
So I've been in retail for 15 years now. Always worked on the shops and come over to travel. I was managing a retail shop before I moved over to Travel Counsellors in October.
October, so you're what, fourth month in?
Yep.
Okay, well.
I'm a newbie.
Brilliant.
Still got a smile on your face?
Absolutely.
If I was to ask you one question in the end, so one of the myth-busting ones that we get asked a lot. So obviously now that you're self-employed, how do you find that versus being an employee of a payroll number with a big company?
Amazing.
Okay.
So I love it. I set my own hours. It's completely up to me when I work, how I work as well. So the work-home life balance is so different. I tend to clock off about 4:30. Okay. And then clock back on at 8 o'clock, so I get to spend lots of time with my daughter now, whereas when I was full-time in a shop, obviously I didn't get to do that. I've seen a massive difference in my home life as well. My daughter's behaviour's loads better since I've joined Travel Counsellors. Okay. So happy home life, happy work life, yeah, everything, love about it.
So Leanne, I think, you know, there's this perception of what home working is, and every time I speak to a travel counsellor, they put me right every time. It's flexible working, and they make it work around them. So what's your experience and what's your thoughts around me saying to you, are you a home worker?
So my first reply would be, I'm not a home worker, I'm a business owner. I just happen to work from home at times. I've gone out and built my relationships with my customers, whether that be through meeting in coffee shops, meeting in their homes, having dinner with them and discussing holidays. I've gone out and sourced those people and built those relationships with them in order to keep them in my contact centre. So as I said, I'm not a home worker. I do work from home, but I'm at home less than I am out and about, meeting, networking, growing my client base. And then my home working part of it tends to be getting back in touch with them and keeping that relationship up with them after they've booked to make sure that they don't go anywhere else. At the end of the day, they're my bread and butter. So they pay my mortgage. So my business I need it to work, and it is really, really working.
So would you say in all your years of doing travel, and you've been in travel for a while, you've now got the correct work-life balance? Has this worked for you?
I have, absolutely. My hours tend to be, I clock off at about 3:30 till about 8 o'clock, and then I pick up the phone to my customers because it suits me and it also suits them. So it's definitely getting that balance right between yourselves and your clients and what they want. However, my daughter loves me being at home, she loves me doing the school run, and she loves having a mum there.
Amazing. And Claire, I think for you, obviously you've been with us a little bit longer.
Yep.
And I think, are you working out of a shared office space now, or is it your own office space?
My office space.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
so home working, what does it mean to you? Because we're not.
So, no, I'm not a home worker. I'm a business owner. So my client base is my client base. It's not I don't pick up the phone throughout the course of the day with leads that are fed to me. I've got to actively build my client base, which I've done successfully, and at least 90% of my business now is referrals, so that's referrals onwards from satisfied clients. So I've taken the time to build the business, and it's my business. I think being viewed as a home worker sort of gives the impression that you sat at home all day in your slippers or your house coat and you're working from home, but as Leanne says, we're out and about all of the time, networking with each other as well as clients, and making inroads for ourselves and for our businesses, so that that business propels forward every single year.
Leanne, if I was to ask you, one of the things that we do get some myths on, definitely, is the competition around other travel counsellors. So I think there's this whole piece that you join up as a travel counsellor, and then suddenly everybody else in the area is going to be jumping all over you. What are you doing in my area? What's your finding on that? What's your thoughts?
So I did think that initially. In my town, I live in a small town and got a very established travel counsellor who's been with us for 12 plus years. Amazing at her job. She's never seen me as competition when I was in a retail store. I had a message on my week of induction saying welcome to the TC family, which I thought was really, really lovely. Then once I went live and got back home, we all met up for a coffee. So there's 4 travel counsellors in our town. We meet up for a coffee every other month, have a chat. We've got our own WhatsApp group as well to make sure that we're not working on the same inquiries as well. So that's another amazing thing. And in regards to, again, the wider community, just to go back to what was said, the WhatsApp group and the support that you have from everybody from induction through to head office, and again, established travel counsellors is incredible.
Perfect. And Claire, I was to ask you then, because obviously you've been in the Northwest and we have got quite a lot of new travel counsellors that have joined us, especially with the Thomas Cook collapse.
Yeah.
So have you reached out to anybody that was a Thomas Cook joiner, or how do you get involved with them?
Yeah, I generally do. When we're catching up on, I usually try and watch TCTV religiously on a Wednesday morning, but if I've missed it, I like to watch it because I like to see who's coming in, and I'll always reach out to people. We've got some academy taking this week, and one of the ladies is literally up the road from me, so I've already said to her, I'm free for a brew, pop round whenever you like, and that's important because I had that reception, so it's important to pay that forward and make sure that everybody else that comes in feels the same.
Amazing. And just to make it clear what TCTV is, so literally every week we'll actually have a programme that goes out to every travel counsellor across the world, where we'll have our directors, or we'll have people from product teams, different parts of the business who will go on there, give all the updates, really get everybody behind, give them anything that's new happening to the business, and also just lend that support and tell people where to go to. So the existing travel counsellors will dip into there, and we'll normally have some of our new guys in the audience in the studio here in Venus. And we'll also do a little bit of a naming of them. And it's amazing how many people all of a sudden jump on, wish them all the best for the future. Every single week we'll get about 30 different people coming through saying, I'd love to support you, get in touch with me. And I think that's something we've seen, isn't it?
Absolutely. The
Across
community is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, ladies, so I just wanted to ask you, because I'm really curious, that both from a high street background, from a technology point of view then, what's different about coming from high street to being a business owner and a travel counsellor? What's different for you? Do you want to start us off, Leanne?
So for me, coming from retail, we had a system that pulled together flights and accommodation that failed all the time. And all you ever were then on the phone for an hour and a half trying to get a flight confirmed. Nothing like that here with our in-house system, Phoenix. You've got access to thousands of bed banks, direct contracts with hoteliers, airlines. You're not a travel agent anymore, you're a tour operator. So you're cutting out that middle person in order to make yourself more money. So I love the fact that we can deal with loads of different airlines that I hadn't even heard of in my 16 years, and I've booked them. And also we've got the DMCs, which is the destination management companies. They're based in resort, in countries, tailor-making tours for you that you didn't even think you could put together. You go to them with an itinerary and they come back to you with a personalised tour for your customers that is just exactly what they want.
Brilliant. What about you, Claire? Because, you know, you've been with us a little bit longer, so that's amazing what Leanne said, and I think it really summarises nicely the wow factor. But what about you? What's your thoughts about the technology?
So I think it gives me, for my business and for my clients, it gives me much more control over what I'm using in terms of flights, hotel suppliers, the DMCs. I've got access to as many suppliers, probably even more actually than I would have had when I was on the high street, because obviously there's a lot that you have to do that meets the requirements of the high street or whoever you're working for. So my hands aren't tied together anymore. If my clients want something from me, I can give it to them. And it's a double-edged sword. Whilst I operate as a tour operator, if there's something that they need where I act as a travel agent, I can do that as well. So I don't have to turn anybody away or say I can't do that for you. And Phoenix is great for once you've put that together for your clients, you can then push it straight through to the MyTC app. So the app is brilliant. It means that your client sees what you see and what you've done, and then they're able to then decide if they want to book that, do they want to share that with their travel companions, or do they want to make their payments through it. So we've got so much technology that enhances the customer journey. Brilliant. In the background.
Leanne, if I was to ask you about salaries, so obviously you were salaried before, working for a multiple travel agency. How have you found adapting to that, no longer having a salary coming in and getting paid on what you're actually selling?
So nervous is the honest answer at first. However, after, as I said, I've only been here since the end of October, my salary, if I carry on the way I'm going, is going to be probably double, if not more, than what I was on, which for me is just phenomenal. You can keep track of it as well through the in-house system, so you can see sometimes where you need to work a little bit harder on a few dates and things for inquiries and stuff like that. So that's another good thing that you can do. The fact that there are no targets, I've set myself targets, so I know what I want by the end of year one, and I'm on track to do it. In fact, I'm on track to exceed it. So for me, it is incredible. And you earn as much as you want to earn. So you have more control than you think over those earnings based on different aspects.
Amazing. And Claire, same question to you. So obviously you've been here a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So you've got a bit more experience. So, give us a little bit of insight into how it's going.
It was, as Leanne said, I was nervous, extremely nervous. And as much as I wanted to do it, it was probably my partner that shoved me a bit harder into making the final decision. But even now, I mean, that you're a business owner, so that really never goes away, but that's part of it. It's part of the excitement of it as well once you're in. But yeah, it is nervous to begin with, and once you realise how much control you actually do have, and once you've come from that retail background, and it takes you a while to adjust and change your mindset, once you've done that, the potential is amazing.
I also wanted to take the opportunity today to share with you a little success story from one of our newest joiners, and that is a lady called Simone Glazer. She was top of the leaderboard for Travel Counsellors last week. So I'm just going to read out to you some of the feedback that she gave to us. So on the day, it was, "Today I feel fabulous." I've had lots of messages from fellow TCs who I don't even know congratulating me. And when I was at Thomas Cook, sometimes it was competitive with bookings. So it's great getting so much support from my new TC family. And I feel so proud to be on that leaderboard, and being top is absolutely amazing. And then I have to say what was lovely, and we've talked about support today from Venus and everybody at head office. What was lovely is that she also wrote into the directors and said 1 week later, "In all my 29 years at Thomas Cook, I've never had such a brilliant day. I also wanted to let you know how much Jane and Darren, Janet and the team at Venus have supported me so far through my TC journey. I've had so much support. Jane and Darren have rung me when I've had wobbly days, and through their engagement and support, it proves that with some self-belief that I can be a successful travel counsellor, though I still do have wobbly moments." So thank you for all giving me the opportunity to be part of the Travel Counsellors family. I just think, that's reality. Being a travel counsellor, it's amazing, but it is also a challenge, and you will have challenging moments. But the support that you've got around you, not only from the TC community, but also from everybody at Venus, is immense.
And if we have whet your appetite and you do like a little bit more information, we are actually doing something where we're coming out to cities near you or towns near you. So up on the actual board now, you're going to see where we've got our coffee mornings. So we're taking in some of the bigger cities. Now, if you don't live in any of those and you can't get to them, talk to us, because we are all about the people. And if you want us to meet you more locally, we're more than happy to do that. But I just think this is no pressure. This is literally just have a chat. Pick up the phone on the number that we've actually given, and we'll display that slide in a second. Or just get in touch with us and book yourself onto one of these slots for our website. We'd love to hear from you, and we would love to change your life. So please do feel free to get in touch with us.
So thank you for joining us today, and a big thank you to Leanne and Claire. I reiterate again, you know, it's a great world working for as travel counsellors, and if you'd like to join us, please do get in touch, and the number is below. It is 0161 464 5040, or you can visit our website. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.